festival is April 4th through April 13th. I have prepared remarks, but I'm not going to use any of them, which should be of no surprise to anyone, because I never do. But there are a few things I have to say. I have to thank our board that's floating around here. Where's Harry? I saw Harry. There's Harry. Hi, Harry. How are you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. And Mrs. Harry. Nice to see you guys. And, of course, I've been on the board for 27 years. And, you know, when you're on a board, especially a nonprofit board, there's an unwritten rule that you should go every 5 years because you become dead wood and you need somebody to invigorate things. And people tend to get bored and, you know, they don't follow the rules anymore. And that is me. I'm not following any rules, and none at all. And that's become an advantage at this festival because we've been very fortunate that a lot of filmmakers and a lot of celebrities understand that. And they love coming to Sarasota because they always have a good time. And we really pride ourselves on supporting independent film. The filmmakers, the producers, the actors, the directors, the cinematographers, the guys who write the screenplays. And we're very fortunate because those people are really, for the most part, very, very gifted. Not all of them. Some of them are just bad. But when they are bad, I get to blame Brian. Where is Brian, our programmer? Brian, I get to blame Brian, our programmer here, who's mostly responsible for things when I'm not exercising censorship, right?
Precisely.
I get to exercise censorship. It's become especially interesting the last few years. So what we do is we discuss films that might be too controversial, and we have a scale that we use. 1 being the most controversial, and 10 being maybe not controversial enough, and then we ignore whatever number we attach and we put them in the festival if we think it's good cinema. And that's kind of been our formula here at the Sarasota Film Festival. We're very proud of it. We're making some enemies because of it, on both sides of the political spectrum. But I love it and I enjoy it, and I'm going to keep doing it. It's the reason I keep doing this, actually. It's a lot of fun. Incidentally, I'd be remiss if I didn't say hello to Charles, who's here tonight with us. And of course, our other Charles, where's our advisory board? Judge, there you are. So good to see you. And Judge Durand Adams, who isn't practicing anymore. And if anybody's ever appeared before him, I know you're really grateful for that. But, right, Durand? And where's Mrs. Durand? She's over there someplace. There she is, okay. And Mrs. Williams. So we want to thank our sponsors this year. The Modern Hotel, who's been with us before in the past, and they're very supportive. We really appreciate the great rates that they give us, and anyone who's been there before for any of our parties know that we really enjoy it and they seem to have a good time. This year, I think our opening night party is there on April 4th, the evening of April 4th, and we're really grateful that they will be involved. We also want to thank BMW Lamborghini, who's been a multi-year supporter, and we really appreciate. I appreciate the Lamborghini that they gave me. And you know, actually, a couple of years ago, I think I mentioned from the stage that my kids were turning 16 and I needed a good price on BMWs. And I got, I don't know, 5 calls from different dealers, and I cut really great deals. Ended up buying a Land Cruiser. No, but they're great, great people, and they've been big supporters of the festival, and we're very thankful for it. I also want to thank something that was near and dear to me. We have a young filmmaker with us this evening who's in the festival. Her dad and her had done a wonderful job of producing and directing and writing a short that we're featuring in our special category. Naya, where are you, Naya? Come over here and say hello. And her dad, Jerry.
Hello. Oh, so I made a film about something that happened to me when I was very little. I had a best friend and we were really close, and she ended up passing away of cancer a few months after I met her. So I decided to make a film about our story and dedicate it to her in her honor.
We're very proud to have her film in the festival this year, and for the film festival to support it as we have. We showed a little snippet before films last year, and we got a lot of attention because of it, and a lot of the Sarasota community encouraged us to continue involvement, and I know we're all going to support her film. Our opening night film, I'm going to talk about some of them. I'll talk about opening and closing, and then I'll let the meat get filled in by Paul. Hey. Our opening night film is a documentary about Marcella Hazan. Do you know who Marcella was and is and lives on to be? She's a very famous, kind of an icon in the Italian chefery world. Every chef in the country, every major chef knows who Marcella is. Well, Marcella passed away, and her son and a director, Peter Miller, I believe, made a film about her, and they had done other films. They did the Charlie Trotter film recently that was on Netflix and that I particularly enjoyed. But she lived and worked, besides traveling around the world all the time, she lived on Longboat Key. And so we're very proud to present her film called Marcella as our opening night film that will take place at the Aura on April 4th. So we're proud of that. We're going to be closing with a film called Lovers. Lovers is a wonderful film that I was very happy to help choose, and our entire staff supported it. It was directed and written by Taylor McFadden, who is a marvelous director and writer, actually, right? And she did a great job. Her executive producer for the film was Nathaniel Rateliff. And he is a very accomplished country folk superstar, actually, who I became aware of mostly by listening to satellite radio and hearing his name over and over and over and over again. And I never listened to an entire tune. And the first time I heard it was the soundtrack of this movie. He is going to be showing up, and he's going to be doing a little set after the closing night film. So we're very excited about that as well. In fact, I'm very, very excited about that. He recently sold out Madison Square Garden, so don't tell too many people or we're gonna get slammed and we don't have enough room. But I would encourage you guys to get tickets for that as soon as possible if you ever want to get in, and to see Nathaniel as well, which is great. He's going to do an acoustic set. We have a bunch of people here, some people who are crammed me into the elevator tonight. Project 180. You guys, there are a whole bunch of you. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, well, it's a good group. We're glad that you're here. And I'm remembering you only because you crowded me into the elevator, and you're like, you know. And so, yeah, no, it's great. We're really, really glad you're here. We want to thank METV for their how many years of support? 25 or 26, really. You guys have been fabulous, and you know, they record all our sessions, and they've recorded a lot of our Q&As. We are going to have some interesting Q&As this year, which I'm going to announce, even though they told me, don't announce it yet, don't announce it yet. But I'm going to announce it. We've got Russell Brand coming on April 12th, who is a very interesting character. I love this guy. People hate him. People love him. I happen to love him. But I get to interview him, so I really love this guy. It's going to be so much fun. So I opened my AI on my iPhone, and I said, I was telling Charles this earlier, I said, I need 15 questions to ask this Russell Brand fellow. And I want it from the perspective of, what's that guy on CNN, Jake? What's his name? Yeah, Tapper. Don't watch it that much. But I want it from the perspective of Jake Tapper, and I need 15 deeply probing questions about his faith and Christianity and recovery and his movie-making career and his acting career generally. And as a comedian, I guess he's a comedian as well. And it gave me 15 amazing questions, and I can't wait to use them. And so that's going to be on April 12th at the Sarasota Opera House as well. That's by invitation only, and please stay tuned to the website because in order to get in, you're going to have to receive an invitation, which will be provided to certainly all the people that are here tonight and other people, especially those that belong to the film festival community. So, Paul, I'm going to have you speak about the rest of the program, or with Brian here, maybe you can roll into what's happening. Right? Yes. Here we go. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much to Mark, our fearless leader for so many years. I'm just going to mention a couple of things, but Brian is the real guru here of the program, so he'll take a deeper dive into it. I just wanted to thank our college partners this year, and just in general all our educational partners. We have definitely New College of Florida is a venue that we're using a lot this year, and we're excited about some really excellent collaborative events with them. Also, Ringling College of Art and Design. We're doing some excellent panels there, including one on AI. Last year's AI panel was pretty informative and kind of ahead of its time, I would say. We had some really great experts. We're going to have this time also an AI professor, and an AI expert from Ringling, and some other, national folks to talk about that. So we're really thankful to Ringling College for providing the venue. Also, Hollywood Nights, our Young Filmmaker Showcase, is on April 6th. So at Rise Above Performing Arts Center, we're very grateful to them for providing the venue and for encouraging, all our educational efforts. So, but to speak a little bit more about the films that we have, and here's Brian.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Well, I'll be very brief. There's a lot to go through, and as tempting as it is, I'll just tell you that please just take about 10, 15 minutes to go through the program guide. I'm sure there'll be at least a few films that'll leap out at you. And this is a film festival after all, so take a chance or two, and maybe you'll surprise yourself at what you decide to see, and you think, wow, that was really good. We hope that'll be the case with everything. But I will mention just a few things just to kind of whet your appetite. We will have this year films. We have Matt Dillon playing Marlon Brando in Being Maria, a marvelous narrative film, and he is incredible. We have Glenn Close playing a Finnish grandmother in The Summer Book. This is an adaptation of the famous book, The Summer Book. The film is in English, by the way. We have Forrest Whitaker, and something we're really excited about is having the world premiere of the first 2 episodes of the new season of Godfather of Harlem, which I believe is on HBO. MGM Plus, excuse me. And of course, as you know, Forrest Whitaker plays a mob boss back in Harlem back in the day. Forrest is not coming, but we're extremely excited to have Rome Flynn, who plays a gangster in the film, who's a young up-and-coming actor, be here with the screening, and that's going to be Friday the 11th, thank you, at the Cine Bistro. And of course, beyond that, the festival is really good for showing really good documentaries. One thing I really recommend is a really great Florida-centric documentary, River of Grass, a really fresh look at the Everglades and its history. And of course, besides all the feature films, we have a lot of short films. We have shorts programs, and this is always a place where we highlight some of the up-and-coming Sarasota filmmakers. For example, Marquise Dossi with his film So This Is Love, a really terrific short, and Michael Kinsey, standing over there, guys, wave. Michael Kinsey with the web series Gloria 19, so be sure to catch those. And again, if you see anything there or have any questions, please hunt me down, and hopefully I can answer them.
Thanks, and just one last thing. We're going to have this year a box office open here at 332 Coconut from Friday. So it's going to be kind of like the headquarters of the festival. So, and if you want to come down, talk more about the films that we just discussed, kind of decide what you're going to watch. It's just here at 332 Coconut at the corner of 4th Street and Coconut Avenue. So it's right by the big poster downstairs that you can see right there. So we encourage you all to come down there, to talk to us. Brian will be there at all times. So that's a cool feature of a festival. So please take advantage of that. Thank you.
I just want to introduce also, going back to the shorts, we have some tremendous shorts programs. There was a lot to go through that was submitted. Everybody wants to have a short film in the Sarasota Film Festival. And Grace Halligan here was the one who put the shorts programs together. Any questions?
I think that's it for us. Mark, do you want to say something else?
Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, David. Yeah, this year we're using Ringling College of Art for, I think as Paul mentioned, for some of the conversations. We're using New College for, they've been very gracious with some of their facilities, and we're very happy that they've allowed us to use the facilities to show some of the films we're showing. They should be interesting. Also, who else are we using? Cinebistro has been a great partner and continues to be a great partner. And where else are we going, Paul? The Aura, as I mentioned, for opening night. Listen, thank you, everybody, for being here. This is meant to be short and sweet. And we're just beginning a season of nightmarish season, actually, the next few weeks, where there's going to be very little sleep gotten by staff and volunteers. And incidentally, we have an amazing number of volunteers who do great things, and some of them are probably walking around. Are they walking around here? If they are, can we point them out? Guys, would you please, and Christine, would you come out here so we can at least give you a hand? And what? Yeah. Without Christine, this really would not happen at all. I mean, she's sending me a list of everything I have to do throughout the day, and she's doing a great job at little reminders. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And thank you to all the volunteers, wherever they are. And that's it. Thank you very much. So please help us eat this food. Oh, Taste of Spain. Taste of Spain has done a great job catering. Not only do they love the festival, we love them. Their food is amazing, and please check it out. They're over here in the corner, and it has a distinctively Spanish flair. Oh, also, the most important thing I should say is Matrick. Matrick, where are you? Matrick plays the cello, which is kind of an understatement. Matrick is an amazing cellist. The word prodigy doesn't even begin to describe Matrick, and I've been fortunate to know Matrick for a little while. We're so impressed with his playing. He travels the entire world. He hails from Sarasota, Pineview School student, and I take full advantage of him playing all the time. And I need a real hand for Matrick, who's been wonderful tonight. Thank you, Matrick. All right, thank you, Matrick.